Moments ago, we saw an incredible rescue caught on tape. It happened in Sachse, which is about 25 miles northeast of Dallas. Take a look at this.
It's incredible. Wow, it's just an incredible picture when you look at that. Imagine being that person, but this is the kind of situation that's happening all over as they deal with those rushing floodwaters. And the thing about floodwaters, we've heard this from victims and survivors there, is the swiftness. They just really oftentimes take people by surprise, and we saw that was the case there, the man being hoisted up.
It's really incredible when, as you see him sort of soaring above all that water there to see, you know, he was in real dire straits there for a moment.
Yeah. And, you know, to give people a sense of just how much rain has fallen, National Weather Service there in Fort Worth says that there's been enough rain across Texas during the month of May to cover the entire state of Texas, nearly 8 inches deep. And that's over 35 trillion gallons. So these are the pictures that we're continuing to see out of Texas as people, boy, that man,
Wow.
very lucky.
Very lucky indeed.
You know, the question I have is, how do you even spot some of these folks who are really in dire straits like that man was? Because when you look at the aerials of the terrain, it's hard to make out anything.
It's very difficult, exactly. And I'm shocked and amazed at how much water. I mean, it's just incredible as you saw him soaring over there for, you know, several seconds, almost a minute over water.
Right.
Incredible.
And I think
how does his vehicle get out there?
Right, and I think people don't realize also how dangerous floodwaters can be. I know from having covered Superstorm Sandy, I learned that it really only takes just a few inches for a person to be knocked off their feet. Oftentimes you think, well, I can go in there, it looks like it's okay. It doesn't take much for a human being to lose his or her balance in just a few inches of water. So when you have water, in some cases in Texas, they were talking about water up to their necks. You can imagine how frightening that must have been. But here, this man in Sachse, Texas, rescued and being taken to safety there.
And it must be very, very frightening for people when, you know, because all of the first responders that we've spoken to say that these flash floods and these storms sometimes come out of nowhere. The water just comes rushing.
Right.
And as we saw in Wimberley, Texas, that family, they were essentially in their home where they thought they were going to be safe, and the water carried that home away.
Right. I mean, and this is just one rescue, so it gives you a sense of the magnitude of what these crews are going through there as they try to help these victims who are unfortunately still seeing rains. There you see that man eventually being lowered to safety.
Very lucky.